scramble continues at the front of the field in turn 2.
Three-car battle for third place. One car spinning. Jimmy Johnson is spun. Contact with Tony Stewart. Both of them go around. They slide to the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody zigs and zags and weaves their way through. Two-car incident between Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson.
So the Service Master Clean caution comes out for the 8th time for a caution or a wreck. Dave, up in turn number 2.
A lot of series championships went in for a spin in turn number 2. Kyle Busch has got some damage from that incident. Tony Stewart was on the inside. Jimmy Johnson was on the outside, and they tangled at the entrance of turn number 1. They bumped, did a tandem spin. Great job by a couple of other drivers. Jeff Gordon went right through the middle. Jimmy Johnson slid down the banking, and nowhere left for Kyle Busch to go. He's got damage on the right front corner.
And we'll recap it all when we come back. Under our 8th caution flag of the evening, pit road is open, and Steve Post, here come all of the leaders.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson, one of the cars in. He's got some damage on the front end of that Chevrolet, so Jimmy Johnson brings it in. The crew going to give it the once over and going to put some 4 Goodyear Racing wheels. There's Johnson to the attention of his crew now, and they are going to take some time on it. Jeff Burton is in. He's been solid inside the top 15. Jeff Gordon also in getting pit service here on lap number 329. Looking back down. A little bit of repair to the front end of Jimmy Johnson's Chevrolet. Winston Kelly.
Matt Kenseth opted not to come in last time. This time he is going to. Same thing for Kurt Busch. He gets 4 tires and fuel, returns to the racetrack. Looks like he was the first off. Joey Logano also in for service along with Paul Menard. The rest of the guys on this end of pit road. And Kyle Busch was on pit road. It looked like somebody just took their fist and just pounded it right in the center of the front of that Toyota Camry, and also some damage to the right front. Kyle Busch, who has been calm all night long, very, very frustrated that his car was plowing, which caused him to drop back, so he was behind that accident. Alex?
And pretty good pit stop again for Carl Edwards and that Geek Squad team. They were in and out. It's a no-brainer decision for Jimmy Fennick. 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. Topping it off with Sunoco fuel. Jamie McMurray did the same. Tony Stewart in after the spin out there. Slight body damage. Nothing significant there for Tony Stewart after the spin on the racetrack and a slight contact with Jimmy Johnson. But Kyle Busch, an innocent bystander in that. Winston Kelly's back on the pit lane.
And he's got a tremendous amount of damage in the front of the machine and to the right front. He radioed in to Dave Rogers, and he said it's just torn all up. It doesn't look as bad as what Kyle Busch is describing it, but he's got a feel for that race car, so it looks like there's some suspension damage on the right front. They're continuing to do whatever cosmetic damage, putting a lot of duct tape on the front of this M&M's Toyota, continuing to pull the sheet metal out. They're jigsawing out some of that right front where we can look in now and see some of the brake ducts on the right front of Kyle Busch's Toyota. They're going to try to continue to work on this thing and try to get him back out without losing a lap. Doesn't look like they're going to be successful, so they're going to lose at least 1 lap.
6 cars stayed out on the racetrack and did not pit. Juan Pablo Montoya, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Mark Martin, Brad Keselowski, and David Reagan. Of those that did pit, Joe, the first one off of pit road, that would be Kurt Busch, followed by Carl Edwards. Then comes Matt Kenseth, and then comes strategy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 2 right side tires only, picks up 12 spots because of that. He will come out and restart 10th in front of Clint Boyer, who will restart 11th. He was the 5th car off of pit road.
And we'll have 68 laps to go when the American Ethanol green flag waves again.